attention into the story 12 hours a day, be able to lay. I remember they'd been out sailing, which I thought was quite brave of the kids club, but they took them out to sea. And they were together in a boat. Jess's only real recollection from the holiday was where Jess lost her straw summer hat in the sea. And Madeline launched herself into.
And Madeline was very, very tired that night. She noticed it and asked to be carried home. In the evening and had a first glass of wine. While Jerry was getting ready, he would come in while the children were having their final story and said his goodnights. By 8:30, Jerry got up from the table to make the first.
Here's a snake. This little creature's riding a snake. This thing's like busting through the dome. Fallen angels.
Looking in at his sleeping children and thinking how lucky he was. And then a wind slammed the door shut. Wrong way. And he said, no, I'll be back in a minute. One of the kids gone missing. I left my sister in the bar.
I mean, come on. Look, I don't know, it's probably old news. I'm just noticing it now, that's all. Because the eagle's going to be plucked up. It's just a straight up, it's even the color of a claw. Well, they colored it in.
We bumped into this chap Jez who was on a tennis team. And that's when I heard that terrible noise.
I mean, I couldn't be more in your face.
I've only heard it twice in my life. By now, words out.
Look at these wings.
Basically, everybody was being called in. I mean, all staff were there, and obviously a lot of the guests.
To the reception of the Ocean Club and urged them to call the police again. The message diverted a couple of policemen in a patrol car, and they headed rapidly for the Ocean Club.
There are two.
Okay, now it looks like the eagle has like a man's head in his claws. Here's the eye. With the hair. There's the nose. Here's the serpent. Yeah, there's some little creature riding America, and this eagle here, and in the claws of it, it has a man's head. Yep, here's the wing over here, and this one over here. It's kind of like backing, like getting ready to land. That's what it looks like. Something riding it, and then the inside out look. I don't know. Kind of looks like a bear's face. Kind of does. Or a pig. Or the other.
Let's do the check. I mean, probably as I got to, it's hard to know exactly where, but probably about here. I saw the man
wearing light coloured pyjamas and had bare feet, and it appeared that just maybe.
around 10 p.m. that evening, and I
This looks like a person here, like screaming, like with its mouth open, because his ass is on fire, right? Here's his foot over here, like turning around, like ah, and he has a, I don't know, like a bird in his hand, a chicken, something like that.
I just waited for that. First got the lights at 6 o'clock.
Third year, vision appeared. It came to pass that I saw in a vision by the river. Lifted up his eyes, stood before the river, flowing river, a ram which had 2 horns, and 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward, northward, and eastward. So that must mean that the ram is in the east if it's pushing westward, northward, and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. Neither was there any, so nobody. But he did according to his will and became great. And I was considering, behold, a he-goat came from the west, on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he touched not the ground.
And asked him if he knew what was going on. He said that
He-goat, and he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close to the ram, and he was moved with anger against him, and smote the ram. I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with anger against him, and smote the ram, and broke his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he cast him down to the ground and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Yeah, the ram is starting to remind me of something else besides Trump and Steve. Yep. The truth is going to get stomped to the ground. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and he was strong, and the great horn was broken. As soon as he's strong, he's broke. For it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great, toward the south, toward the east, toward the pleasant land. So this little horn heads towards the south, towards the east, and toward the pleasant land. This horn came up last toward the west, the north, and the south. There's Two different horns here. After this he-goat waxed very great, his great horn was broken, and then this little horn waxed exceedingly great towards the south, towards the east, which is the ram, towards the pleasant land, and it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them. He magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of sanctuary was cast down. And the host of heaven against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, it cast down the truth to the ground, it practiced and prospered. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are full, come to the full, a fierce king, continence, and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause his craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. This is going to turn out of sadness, torment. And the vision of the evening and morning which was told is true. But therefore shut up the vision shall be for many days. So the first was like a lion. The first beast was like a lion, had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it, till 7 times passes over. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. So at the end of 12 months, starting May 21st, 2018, he walked in the palace of the kingdom, and the same hour was the thing fulfilled. And he was driven from men and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like bird's claws.
That was so fun, right? You remember that?
I was jumping in front of a car.
Bird's claws.
For that day shall not come. It's really talking about Judgment Day in this context, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who is the man of sin?